What's up, YouTube? This is BBoyTurk1990, and I'm right here with my Super Rising Nova deck profile. And I wanted to make this video yesterday for the New Year's, but I didn't have a chance to because I was doing a free tournament at my locals and was having a blast for my New Year's Eve party, New Year's Eve. So I didn't get a chance to make the video. So instead, I'm gonna do it right here to start off the new year. We're just making this deck profile, my Spike Brothers. So let's get on with the deck profile. And yes, I finally got a tripod, so now I don't have to be holding a camera while doing deck profiles. So to start off, I switch between these two starters, Mecha Trainer and Mecha Analyzer. Mecha Trainer for the early game, search for the grade 1 or less. And also, it depends on the matchup. If it's a Link Joker matchup, definitely play him so that I can search up and they just can't get logged. If it wasn't, I would play this one instead, because what he does is he extends combos during your stride turns. So both starters really good. You can start with either or, but I personally like Mecha Trainer. So that's my starters. Now onto my grade 3s. Play 4 Rising Novas. It's a Rising Nova deck, so you have to play Rising Nova. His G heart skill is whenever you stride on, if you attack, you counterblast 1, put a unit from your hand to the soul, get a unit from your deck to the field, and they gain 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So basically, that's where the start of my combos go. Most of the time, it's from Rising Nova. But there will be cases where I won't use that skill, and most of the time I never get to the GB2 skills, which is the same thing, but except they won't get the 5k boost and no counterblast. So it's simple, basically. Then I play 2 dope just because it's dope. Not only that, it becomes a huge beat stick for people to have to drop a lot of guard. Next, I play 1 Hive Maker now instead of 2. I used to play 2 Hive Makers and 2 Dobes, but now with the new set, I don't think 2 Hive Makers would be any use. You just use 1, because when it's a rear guard and you charge, and it's a charge, you just counterblast 1. When it goes back to the bottom of the deck, you may pay the cost. If you do, grab a unit from your hand to the field. Simple as that. So then I get charged from there. And now 1 card, I play 1 from the new set, Outrage Lineback. He's really interesting because when you're at GB1, he'll attack for 14. And when he's charging, if he hits the Vanguard, you put him in the soul, get a unit from my hand to the field, and continue on from there. So that's my grade 3s. Now for my grade 2s, start off, I play 3 Lethal Forwards. Basically, the new card from the set, oh my god, I love Lethal Forward. And he makes Axe Diver a lot viable, because the thing with him and Axe Diver is, if he hits, you call someone first before you can put him back to the bottom of the deck for a charge. So what you do is you just get Axe Diver. If he hits, you pay the cost for Axe Diver, bind him, call him back. He gains +4, +5, so it's a 14k plus a 2 since he's charging. He'll be 16k base instead of 14k base, and you can do it again. And if you put him in front of Frog Raider stand back up, and then you get more hilarity ensues. So this guy puts in work. Next, another one that puts in work, I play 3 Mayhem Tigers. Basically, his skill is so busted for a good reason, because when he's charging, this doesn't have a once per turn, it's anytime. So what he does is, when he's charging and when he battles and your opponent guards, you may pay the cost, and if you do pay the cost of 1 Soul Blast, you can destroy your opponent's guard. Doesn't matter how many, you can Soul Blast as many as you want, and you can destroy them, but the guard has to be grade 2 or less. even if you get rid of their perfect guards, the effect still goes through because basically you're nullifying an attack. Or you can, but a quintet wall will do the same thing, but they called cards out from the top of the deck to the guardian circle, so it still goes through. So yeah, Mayhem Tiger, really good. Then I play 2 Axe Divers. I only have 2 at the moment. Might play 3. 2 Axe Divers. Now you play him because he's with him and Lethal Forward combo. You basically can pull off more attacks. Simple as that. And if you also, what works with him is when you don't have a unit that's charging, you call him out, you pay the cost, get the unit that wasn't charging on the field back. So instead of being it'll be like it gains 5k and it gets a charge plus with him. So they're both charged and they both get big. Simple. Awesome. Then 2 Cobalt Impulses puts pressure on your opponents. Like if he's charging, if the attack hits the Vanguard, I retire one of my opponent's units. And it doesn't have to be, it has to be GB, never mind. And then 1 Amber Clone, basically I can get my units to for charge, works well. With the stand trigger, Devil Watch when to stand, you just pay the cost for, you do the skill for Devil Watch when it charges, and then you pay her cost, you get more units to come out. Simple. It's good. Still good, but I might, once I get my 3rd axe, I'll get rid of her. So that's my grade 2s. Now to my grade 1s. 4 charge perfect guards, because it's perfect guards. 3 stride enablers, don't need to explain more. 3 frog raiders for the miracle ace turn, basically, and more for stride turns every time a unit charges. 3 Air Force Eliza from the new set, because she's actually really good. I actually like this one because 1, she boosts a unit if they're charging. So when you do that and you pay the cost after, you bind the unit that she boosted and put it in the front. And if she was charging too, the boosted unit gains 2k. So basically, the best scenario I could put up is the Axe Diver combo. Then she boosts if she says she's charging. Then Axe Diver did a combo. Bring Lethal Forward out and back. He's now 16k boost. Now 16k. Then you attack again while she's a charge. Then you pay for her cost, bind Lethal Forward, comes back. Now gains 4k, so it'll be a 13k attacker. Oh, sorry, that's the top for my 2. So basically, she's really good. I really do love Air Force Eliza. She's a great card. And last but not least, 1 Full Speed Spectre, because when if he's charging, he's basically a Stasia, although it count for a cost of 1 counterblast, but he becomes a Stasia. Can attack from the back row and is an 11k attacker. So that's my grade 1s. Now onto my triggers. Play 6 crit for the Rising Nova, 2 unflips, 4 draws, 2 stands, 4 heals, because heals are heals in G Guardians, and plus I like this heal trigger than, I hate to say it, fucking Adelaide heal trigger. Why? Now that's my main deck. Onto my strides. I play 4 Rising Supernovas because it's Rising Nova now and he has an upgrade. His skill is almost like Drag Driver Luward, but instead of calling out units from your deck to the field, instead you give units that are, and you can charge them. And even if you can see it right here, Sorry, it focused, autofocus. Hate that sometimes. But in the parentheses at the very below, that's not bold, it says even units that don't have charge, they can charge. So basically, his skill is you just flip anything. You pay the cost if you're attacking. If you do that, give units from your field charge based on the number of face-up supernovas. So basically, what you do is you just stride for him first to flip one. Use Dirty Picaro, flip him, then use him like second to last or last to flip any unit, like say it's a breeze, for example, and then you get the 10k boost to charge. Next I play 4 Miracle Ace, because Miracle Ace is still your finisher. You might as well have, if you want to do your finish, you could do Miracle Ace turn to bring out more charge of units, and etc, etc. Well, we all pretty much know the Miracle Ace turn, but if some of you don't, then I could explain. But for Miracle Ace, that's why you have the Frog Raiders, because every time you hits, it boosts, and there's a charge unit in front of it, it restands. Next, only 1 Dirty Picaro now. You don't need to play 2 because skill is really good. Cost is pretty heavy, but, well, not too heavy, but it's pretty up there. But still helpful because this can get your Supernova's turns to be faster, and you can get the power once you get to the Supernova stride. 1 Sabri, wait, my bad. 1 Dampier Lily just as a first stride. So if he hits, you get the unit with charge to come to the field. Then I play 1 Sabreeze in case they played a grade 2 game. That's my regular strides, not my G Guardians. I play 2 Aries, because usually you get an empty field at the end of the turn. 2 Juggernaut Maximum. Basically, if I have an unwanted unit I don't want on the field, like say a second Frog Raider, what I do is just G Guard with him, choose that Frog Raider, it gains 10k, plus the shield becomes 10k. Then if I do that, the Frog Raider goes to the bottom of the deck at the end of the turn. So I play 2 of him. I play 1 Dismal for in case some of my units don't have charge, I could target one of my units that don't have charge and they can't be affected by attacks or effects. And plus the Narukami Vanquisher, VMAX, so they don't touch them, then they can't do the extra damage. So that's my Rising Supernova Spike Brothers deck. So tomorrow I might be able to do my Genesis Fenrir Wiseman deck profile, and also my Chrono Jet Gear Chronicle deck profile, which I've been wanting to do that deck profile for a while. And if I finish building it, then sooner or later I might do a deck profile of my Shadow Paladin Luards, and eventually I'll do a deck profile of Thavas. So this is so don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more Vanguard content. And one more thing, and my original intent for this channel was to do B-Boy tutorials. So hopefully this week, like I say Thursday, I will do B-Boy tutorials. So that guys like you guys who do Cardfight Vanguard or stuff like that can have another talent, like learning breakdancing. Look at my previous videos I've done to learn the basics. This one now it's gonna have some basics, combinations, power moves, the whole such. So keep a lookout. I might do it this week on either Tuesday or Thursday. So either tomorrow or Thursday. So this is B-Boy Torque 1990 saying deuces.